Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. It's Monday, March 14th. I hope you're doing well. Big news today, there's a new report urging the SBA to modernize. This is from the Bipartisan Policy Center and Goldman Sachs, including 4 key policy areas for the SBA to look into. Very interesting. I think there are a lot of relatable things that you will find in this report. A brief look at economic news, plus the letter that was written to the SBA last week, not only by Senator Chuck Schumer, but by several other senators. And the big news related to this I talked about over the weekend. And finally, I'll end with the 10 best startup funding sources for 2022, including our $1,000 grants. We are picking winners this Wednesday. If you want to enter for free in a few seconds, go to helloskip.com/1K or use the link in the description. As always, thanks so much for tuning in and liking this video to show your support. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of our community. In EIDL news, still plenty of funding left. We actually heard that there's about $2 billion more left in this countdown. So it's currently around $32 billion left. About 32 days of funding. Progress is being made. We put this up last week to draw awareness to the fact that EIDL funding is not limitless. If you want an increase, if you want a reconsideration, now's the time to act. You can work with our team. Just go to helloskip.com/join. Choose premium or VIP, or use the link right in the description. It's risk-free. We guarantee you funding help, or it's free. So go check it out if you haven't yet. Now here's the report that came out today. The Bipartisan Policy Center and Goldman Sachs, in partnership with small business owners across the country, today released a new report, From Pandemic to Prosperity, urging Congress to reauthorize the SBA for the first time in over 2 decades, allowing programs supporting small businesses to be reimagined and reflect the realities of today's economy. It's a huge report. I'm only going to hit some of the highlights. If you want me to go in depth on what's in this report, just leave a comment. I'd be happy to. There's a lot of good stuff in here that, in short, is supporting small businesses. David Solomon, chairman and CEO of Goldman Sachs, says this: small businesses add to the economic vitality of our country, but outdated policies are holding them back. Our new report shows bipartisan solutions like expanding access to retirement plans and investing in high-quality childcare will advance economic growth. Jessica Johnson from Goldman Sachs says this: when Congress last reauthorized the SBA, Amazon was best known as the world's largest river, and the iPhone was still 7 years away from being introduced. It is imperative that Congress reimagines the role the SBA can play in reinvigorating America's economy with modernized programs offering small business owners the support they need to succeed today. Okay, so here are the 4 main takeaways. Small businesses are unable to compete with larger businesses for talent. 3/4 of respondents in this survey said they're having difficulty retaining employees and say they cannot afford to compete on salaries. 2/3 say they cannot afford to compete on benefits, and 39% say they cannot afford to offer a retirement plan. Number 2, affordable, reliable childcare is critical for workers and small business owners. Over half of small business owners in the Goldman Sachs survey said they or their employees had faced childcare challenges during the pandemic. Point number 3, access to capital and equities will persist beyond the pandemic. 48% of Black small business owners said they expect to take out a loan or line of credit for their business in 2022, compared to 33% of all survey respondents. And just 19% of Black small business owners were, quote, very confident in their business's ability to access capital, compared to 31% of all respondents. And 4th, simplifying government contracting is essential to small business participation. Every year, the federal government spends hundreds of billions of dollars buying goods and services. They're doing a few programs to try to improve this point, but as pointed out here, the federal government's record in meeting contracting goals has been mixed, hasn't achieved the results they've wanted. Dane Stangler, who's the director of strategic initiatives at the Bipartisan Policy Center, said congressional reauthorization provides the opportunity for a healthy exercise to make certain that federal policies and programs reflect current economic realities so they can achieve their desired effect. Here's the full report right here on the Goldman Sachs website, basically outlining the 4 policy points I just mentioned. If you're curious, I will link to this in the description as well. It's really interesting to see this. You know, we've done lots of surveys that have found similar things, so we support the findings here. Second, the big news from last week is EIDL first payment dates. It looks like they've been pushed back, even though there's been no official announcement. This is the letter written last week by not only Senator Schumer, but several other senators from across the U.S. that asked Isabel Guzman to push back the first payment due date for EIDL loans. Many of you around the same time as this letter went to your portal. I reported on this over the weekend that on your SBA portal, when you log in, many of you have already seen your first payment date pushed back by 6 months. Here's one example, $500,000 loan originated May 8th, 2020. The expected first payment would be May 8th of this year. However, you can see that it's been pushed back 6 months from that date till November 8th. Many of you have reported on that. If you want to check, you can go to EIDLpay.com. That's a domain we bought to redirect to the SBA portal because they don't have a very user-friendly domain name. EIDLpay.com. You can log in, check to see if the date has been updated, and also take a look at the interest because the interest is serious. The one example I gave was that, look, if you took out $500,000 loan, your first payment's $2,500, $1,500 of that payment is going towards interest. Only $1,000 is going towards the principal. So the interest is significant, never forget that. But if it can help you short term grow your business, hire more people, it's probably a good idea, something for you to think about. You can talk with our team, helloskip.com/join to maximize your EIDL loan, or get other funding and get other grants. That's what this letter was asking for. Again, we have not seen any official announcement from the SBA, despite the portal showing that first payments have been pushed back for many folks. In other funding news, if you want $1,000, we're picking more winners this Wednesday. We pick winners every month. We donate most of our YouTube revenue back to you. Please go sign up and tell a friend. It's free and takes a few seconds. The more people who sign up, the more money we can give back to you. In economic news, yes, more inflation. Yes, gas prices still going up. Here's why your electric bill is soaring and likely to go higher. It's because surging natural gas prices stoked by the Ukraine crisis. These are raising power costs for utilities and in turn customers. U.S. electricity customers are facing some of the largest bills in years because of this, driven by higher winter demand and the global supply shortage that's only been made worse because of Russia's war against Ukraine. And a great post we put on our blog last week, the 10 best startup funding sources in 2022. So after you've gone after EIDL, after you've applied for our $1,000 grants, have a shot every month at getting $1,000. After you followed us for other grant opportunities, what's left? We've outlined a few options here. Take a look through, especially if funding is important for you and your business. We talk about crowdfunding, small business grants, family and friends, angel investors, venture capital, personal loans for your business, which can go quite far, SBA microloans, business term loans or lines of credit, invoice financing, and equipment financing. So again, if you're thinking about how to fund your business, it's a must read. You can find it at helloskip.com/blog, or I'll link to it below as well. That's today's quick update. I hope your week is off to a great start. Can't wait to see you all on Wednesday when we do our $1,000 grants giveaway. Thanks as always for liking this video and supporting our channel and our entire team's research effort here. On behalf of all of them, we so appreciate it. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.